All right, there we are. Let me just move some stuff over here so I can actually read what you guys are saying. And there we go. All right. So, hey everyone, hope you guys are all doing very, very well today. Obviously, the market is not doing very, very well unless you guys have been shorting like we have been discussing. But this is kind of, I guess not the start, but a continuation of a very bad downtrend for Bitcoin where we're trying to figure out how far are we going to go and how long do you want to hold through the pain? Because Bitcoin, there's been some pain, Ethereum, some pain, Solana, some pain, but there's been some altcoins out there that have been going through a lot of pain. And those altcoins, I know people are already talking to themselves if they haven't been already. Maybe you guys didn't scale it at all over the last few months, right? You guys have a lot of different options here. But as I'm looking at Bitcoin here, and this is what we're going to be talking about for the most part, Bitcoin's making a new low right now over the week, and it seems like we're currently about to break down below 77,000 bucks here. Might be getting kind of painful here, so that's kind of the focus of today's video. Plus, we're going to be talking about the stock market as well, because, ooh, that's bad. And then CPI data coming out here on Wednesday morning, which should be pretty interesting. So before we get started here, my computer is doing better. Over the day of testing it, there's still some issues with it, like every now and again it goes black, but no longer because of heat and all types of random crap. So I think what I'm gonna do is use this maybe for another week and kind of see what I can get out of it as far as no gaming but just streaming. And then what I'm gonna do is, if it just doesn't perform the way I need it to perform with no gaming or anything like that, I'm gonna drop the 6,000 bucks for a brand new supercharged computer in every which way. But it'll take about a month to get to me, which means I'll probably only be streaming with you guys and making more video content and seeing how that goes. And then since they reset my computer to like a new fresh Windows install, I lost all my DaVinci codes for like editing. So I think I gotta like use Adobe or some shit like that. So that'll be interesting. So we'll see how all that goes. Most of my videos may be kind of basic, or I may just get the cheap DaVinci Resolve, the free one or something like that. So we'll see. Happy to be back though and able to stream with you guys a little bit. I did move everything upstairs. You can see I bought this cool little hexagonal thing for the room because now there's no nice TV behind me. You can see, you know, rainbow colors or whatever. I mean, I guess I can change the colors, but rainbow always looks pretty nice there because you see how it does all this random shit to it. Looks nice. Although my camera doesn't seem like it picks up the light quality like I see it. Everything's more distinct, but who cares? All right, here's Bitcoin falling like a rock right now. Long story short, weekly still bearish, daily still bearish, 12 hours still bearish, 4 hours still bearish, 3 hours still bearish, 2 hours still bearish, 1 hour is bearish, 30 minutes bearish, 15 minutes bearish, and of course the 5-minute is bearish here as well. We don't need to focus on the momentum too much, but you can see Bitcoin is getting pushed down right now, and it does not look pretty at all. If we were to zoom out a little bit, even on this maybe a 4-hour chart, right? This is the closest we've been to support in a minute here, right? We had our highs back over here in December, February. We haven't been this low since about November, right? This is like a 4 days, 5 days after Trump won the election, right? So right now we're going like back down to the Trump bump start, if you will. But you can see how Bitcoin is getting smashed back down here. It looks like we're heading back down to the support zone. The ultimate support, just so you guys understand, is around $72,000. The zone of which I'm going to be looking to buy here, I think, is going to be closer to around, you know, probably 75, 74. I bought a little bit of crypto today, just a little teeny bit of it. Normally I buy it every week, right? And today I was like, you know what? We're dipping. Might as well buy a little bit here today. Maybe I should have waited an extra half an hour or something like that, but remains to be seen. So let me push this back over here for us. Let's see what's happening there. I'm getting all these alerts on my phone, and maybe you guys are too. Render's down, this is down, that's down, everything's down, nothing's having a good time right here. And since the new trading day, I guess, when did it start? Did it start yet? Yeah, it started about 36 minutes ago. You know, last 36 minutes, Ethereum is down 2.5%, Solana is down 3.5%, Milani is down 13% in the last few minutes. I mean, I don't know what Milani is doing, but we'll see. WIF is down, Bonk is down, so there's nothing really doing well right now. I'm sure if we look in there, we might be able to find, like, Ocean seems to be doing okay. It's like leveling out, but besides that, mostly everything is a little bit painful. Dollar index is going a little bit more sideways here. I should probably zoom out before I say that because I've been looking at these charts too much. A little bit more sideways here. Russell went down today. The SPY went down today. The NASDAQ went down today. The Dow Jones went down today. And even gold went down today. So nothing went up. Even oil went down today. So nothing went up. And if you look at oil, we may actually get cheap oil prices, everybody. We're so close to breaking down here. We're so close. Momentum is just now shifting. Everything looks really good here. So we could see something curious happen here, especially if there's a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine and there's like a peace that happens later on in the year. That means all that cheap Russian oil starts hitting the market again, which would be great for all of us out here. But yeah, so you can definitely see there's some turbulence coming in right now. Bitcoin, you know, shorts trying to push us down, people taking advantage and trying to buy small dips, but really you're just buying the dips at this point if you're doing anything, or you're trying to short if you're looking to do day trading. That shorting information we talked about last week, it's still making you good money if you're shorting at this point. As far as the stock market's concerned, CNBC was going crazy today, crazy. Futures are down, not even up after a bad day like today, they're down. White House stock market plunge is not as meaningful as business activity. Trump's like, sorry, Felicia. Oh, no. Yeah, not bye, Felicia, but just sorry, Felicia. He's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Tesla's down 15%, right? Delta Airlines slashes earnings outlook on weaker U.S. demand, sending shares lower. Doge chief Musk says he's running his businesses with great difficulty as Tesla shares sink. I mean, chaos. Chaotic. Oracle misses on earnings and issues weak revenue guidance. I mean, it's only down about 3% today, so that's not terrible. Let me see if I can find out what the chart looks like here. Oh, so it's basically down about 7% today. That is quite a bit. How is it looking for the last hour? Oh, no, here we go. No, get out of here. Last 5 days. Coming down lower. How's it looking over the last year? Yeah, last year it's at lows right now. So, yeah, everything's definitely feeling the pinch right here. I wonder if this bubble is about to burst for a little bit. Maybe a V-shaped burst or whatever, but it's looking pretty rough right now. And can't pronounce your name. Pirateer? I can't pronounce your name. I don't think we're stuck in a bear market right now. I think we still have a few months to kind of figure out what we want to do. But in order to get into a good mood about crypto or most assets right now, you're really going to have to be under the assumption, and maybe I am, right, that we're not going to go full-blown into a recession. I don't think we're going to do that. Maybe we will, but I don't think so yet. I don't see the data behind that yet. But what's the best way to say it? You're going to have to see Trump make a deal on tariffs, which I think can happen, but it'll be like a this summer type of stuff, not now. It'll be like this summer type of stuff, where we have a, okay, there's 3 things. My mind is drawing a blank right now, so I apologize. Russia-Ukraine ceasefire. Not peace, but just ceasefire. Jerome Powell officially starts to cut rates, and Trump ends tariffs. Now, he can do tariffs on Canada alone, or China alone, or the EU alone, or Mexico alone. He cannot do this crazy policy of going after everybody because it's not working as of now. We'll see. Our economy can usually hold up to this type of stuff because, but what's happening now is as people see their stock market go down, as people start to panic a little bit, they pull back on the spending. That increases the spiral down towards a recession, right? And that's what you saw. Actually, we're just talking about it here. Not Oracle, but Delta, right? Delta Airlines. So they're saying not as many people want to fly. The only people that are holding up in their market are people like me who like first class. Those are the ones that don't seem to be affected yet. And we do have a lot of money in terms of the economic spending power and stuff like that. But you need to sell those economy seats too. And they're not selling those economy seats, which can be a little bit of a struggle, right? But those 3 things I think are going to be very important for us going forward. And if we're not able to get at least 2 of those, I do think that's when we probably slip into a recession and things get worse. Now, just to kind of help you guys understand where we're at and maybe why I'm not as panicked just yet, I feel like we've been here before and everybody was freaking out the same way, and then a few weeks later Bitcoin had a nice rebound, we stabilized, then we managed to go higher down the road. My issue with that right now is basically the stock market's also taking a tumble, and that's what kind of ticks me off about all this. But you can recall, like, you know, over here from where we are now, the all-time highs to where we are now, we are the magnet here. You know, we're down about 29% compared to where we were at all-time highs. We did something similar back over here where we were at all-time highs, went down, we were down 33, 34%, all right? And we've had these weeks where, I know this is a green candle here, but we've fallen down 30% in 2 weeks' time. And maybe that looks like this. That's what 30% in about a week looks like. Or 2 weeks, excuse me. All right. It's a painful thing. Doesn't look pretty at all. But took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. 8 days, a week. Not 2 weeks, excuse me, a week. All right, so we've been here before. We bounced off the Fibonacci level, came screaming back up, and then we saw a rise after this. Within the next 4 days, a 28% rise. Okay, so we've been in these situations before. And of course, you know, we had these nasty move downs, a big rally, then a sharp move down. This was during a big news event as well. This was Mt. Gox news plus some news around the who was going to win the election and stuff like that. And then now we've had our little dip, a little bit of a bump, and now we're coming straight back down. You know, we've been here before. We've managed to survive it, but damn, was it not fun to be in the moment during that time, right? I think that's where everybody's like, uh-oh. And of course, if you do want to back this up a little bit, I think this is actually the root of the issue with people. This was, if I go over here to the weekly chart, this was July 29th of 2024. Let me find a random token that all of you guys like. Or not like, but no. ADA. I say July 29th. July 29th for altcoins was like this, right? This move right here. So it's pretty brutal for those as well. But also I kept on those nasty trends. Then we managed to come back up. You go back over here to Fetch AI. July 29th right here. Found a nice little bottom, kept going up, went up, and now of course we're screaming down a little bit more. But again, that's where everybody's freaking out, right? That's where the pain is coming in. But again, if you guys know how to short, you guys are making a killing right now because this is some prime trading opportunities. Bitcoin's still coming down here on the 15. It looks like it's actually pretty difficult for them to push Bitcoin down right now. This has not been an easy dump. There are some buyers right now, and I assume if you guys are looking at heat map, you'll probably be looking at some level of support here too. That's what you guys are talking about here. Feel it looks more like a place to work. Yeah, there you go. Definitely brutal, my man. Definitely brutal. And Haley, so yeah, let me here we go. Let's give Loki a treat. Oh, so fun fact about this: this is my guest room, and so my camera's on a bed in a box to kind of keep it stable. But when the camera shakes like that, that's basically Loki jumping up on the bed to sleep. I have a heart for you, Loki. Do you want a heart? And then shakes as he gets back down. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You want to? Yeah. Nice and gentle, yeah. All right. Now back over here. Totally forgot about Loki in this tree. He was probably staring at me right behind me. I just can't see him now because I got the way I got my desk situated here. But we'll see. But yeah, you can see. I mean, actually, maybe I should go over to the seconds chart. See these little spikes in here? I mean, they're attempting to stop this thing from coming down. Not successfully, but they're trying. They're trying. Nice little interesting bit of price action. as Loki plops onto the bed once more. Pi coins have value. Yeah, I've seen it. I don't even here. Actually, I think I've had a new phone since I've actually got Pi. Let me see. Pi coin Pi. Nope, the app's not even showing up on my thing. Pi coin. Pi mining. I don't know what the app says. Pi. Here, App Store. I might have Pi, I might not. I've tried to do stuff on it before, but I gave up on Pi because it would keep on asking me to like do my KYC, do this thing with other people, do all this stuff. And when I would do it, it would never actually go through. It would always just like glitch and then nothing would happen. So I pretty much gave up on it a while ago. But it remembers me. I'm mining. And it gave me a fucking ad. Like within 5 seconds, it gave me a fucking ad. I mean, like, what am I doing here? Let's see. Fuck your email updates. I have about 11,000 Pi. Referral team roles, chat, node, white paper. Can you send it to an exchange and sell it? I guess that's my question, because if you can't, then it's still worthless. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything new as far as what's going on in the app, but I guess if they're working on some stuff, maybe they are. Maybe it'll be cheaper. I don't know. Maybe we can buy a Pi for cheaper now. Let's see. You can't see a bounce this year, bro. Think of the war ends when tariffs are lifted. Yeah, that's literally what I just said. I'm maybe you're not responding to me. I was like, that is literally all the good things I just said right there. What's right here? Eyeing Tesla. I mean, Tesla's falling like a rock. That's probably a good idea at this point. Take a little bit of a dip in there, because again, they are still doing their things. I am wondering what Tesla is going to do about Elon Musk, because his shenanigans with Trump are coming back to bite them a little bit. And I'm wondering if that's going to be something that he can survive down the road, or if they're just going to let him do his thing and think more long term. I think they're probably going to let him do his thing, but I do believe there'll be some challenges, or what are they called? It's not your typical investor. It's activist investors, where they go and buy a bunch of shares in the company to try to change it up a little bit, get rid of somebody, do something new and different. I don't like them per se, but we'll see. And hey, her, I'm happy to see my man. Hope you're doing well. If you think about it, big tech buying into nuclear power plants, all that spending that happened just on NVIDIA chips, those were signs right when DeepSeek was noticed. Yeah, I mean, right now, I think AI is coming a long way. I think AI is going to be absolutely fantastic for us. We were talking about an AI product earlier today, and I'll bring it up here in a little bit. I think it's Manus. But let me see. Oh, I am buying uranium companies. I am buying companies around power, because I do know it's going to be very important down the road. But for me, I just want to own uranium. Uranium is going to be in big supply here, because I think as people try to move away from oil, I think they're realizing that wind power just doesn't cut it. Solar power just doesn't cut it for like industrial scale. I think it's better if you just go nuclear, do some upkeep and stuff like that, sure, but a lot better than anything else as far as I'm thinking here. And hey, Pokemon, it's not so much the bottom just now. We are getting closer to it, it looks like. I've already bought some yesterday, so I'm already fine here. I might buy some more today if it dips down a little bit more, but it's not like I'm dipping down like thousands and thousands of dollars on these little dips here. I'm buying a few hundred, seeing where it goes, and then if it bottoms out, levels out a little bit, then starts to come back up, then I'll feel more comfortable about buying a little bit more on the rebound. And then if it goes above my entry price, then I'll probably start to sell some off, take a little bit of profit. But that was early in the cycle. Oh man, I can't read your questions in the moment. Jeez, it's still trying to push us down here. So let me back up here very fast. Let me just see where exactly this level of support is. So if we're going day by day, we've already hit that level of support, I would say. Yeah. Oh, is it? No. Yeah, we've already hit that point. Okay, so this line really isn't a line, so don't worry about it too much here. Maybe what I'll do for you guys is just so we can actually have a hard line to look at. I'll put this up to this one when we broke out. There might be something there. Because, I mean, we're still getting pushed down. I mean, we saw this little bit of a fight right here, right? Told you they're trying to fight, just not successfully. And they're still knocking them back down and pushing it down. It's just like raw selling going on, actually. I don't know if the buyers are going to be enough at this point to really get it safe, short-term wise. Tesla is getting into that I-96 210 level where we jump into the TLC 2X bull. It's 6 down, 3. Probably talking about Fibonacci's or something in that one. But it's not at 196 bucks right now. It's probably lower, isn't it? It has to be lower than that after the split. But yeah, so I mean, you're looking at an opportunity to buy some Tesla, but I think maybe a week from now, maybe 2 weeks from now, see, the thing is, okay, this is the struggle that I find myself in every day when I'm thinking about Tesla, Google, buying anything, cryptocurrency, anything. If Trump just switches and gives up on tariffs, it's not going to be worth waiting to go down because everything will just launch back up. So because I don't know what Trump is going to do and I want to have a hedge in case he does change his mind, this goes to like everybody, I've just been buying up a little bit here and there as it kind of crashes and burns like everything. And then if he does give up, I'll be making some type of money while I'm like shorting everything down on the other side of it, right? But yeah, it's rough because I just don't know what Trump is going to do. He's a wild card right now. ENA is holding so well. Yeah, there's a few tokens that are holding up pretty well. I think the other one is I can't remember. If you go to coinmarketcap.com, you can find it. And you can move it over. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know how to move it over yet when it comes to Pi. I gotta watch a tutorial on it. Uh-oh, the app's not working. Oh, that's not even. I don't know. I'm not even on the app. Oh, here we go. Oh, I see. So I can only transfer parts of it. I can't transfer my whole thing. I can do part of it. I see. So I have 10,500 Pi unverified. I have about 300 Pi transferable. And I have 0 that's been migrated. Interesting. Thanks. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at it. I have not been paying attention to it for a while. Oh, there you go. Got a little bit of movement here. Maybe the bulls can come back in a little bit and see what they can do. Do the 1 minute chart here. And you can just see how much work they got to do, though. Wait, back this back up here. And hey, MineHub, you need more official Trump. It's going to pump after this dip. I mean, I bought some. I mean, I've already traded it a few times here. And every time I bought it, I did well. Right now, though, you know, maybe you just want to own a little bit of it. I just feel bad for Melania. Although, yeah, we're having a small break. We're going to see a little bit of a reprieve here, guys. It's going to be chill for a minute. Trump token is down 4%. Melania token is down 14%. That should tell you a lot right there. One of the whales that never was able to sell at a good price is just dumping to get whatever little money they can get out of it. This is Melania's daily chart. Melania. What happened, Melania? Oh man, what a disaster. What a disaster that is right there. Absolute disaster. And what's crazy is Melania started off the big dump for the Trump token because everybody moved over from Trump to Melania. You know what I mean? Now, in hindsight, I still think I'm a genius for selling at 65, even though it went a lot higher. No, 64. I sold right here. There you go. I think I did a pretty good job. you know, in the scheme of things, at least. But I've been through too many of these big events before to know to keep on buying or keep on holding for something crazy to happen. And at this point, it already was crazy, right? It already was crazy. But yeah, then I bought back over here. No. I bought back over here. It dumped. Then it went up higher. I sold over here because again there was a support level right there. That's me resistance, and now it's breaking down again though. Oh, there was a shorting opportunity right there. So this is a 4-hour chart. Let's get rid of all the lines here. Let's go to auto. Let me just take a quick little peek and see how everything's doing right now. So this is Ethereum. Ethereum's been breaking down for a minute. We talked about this. Let me get rid of this little line here. I mean, yeah, just crazy breakdown right there. Solana. Oh, man. Solana from $300 to $113. That's brutal. Solana is one of my favorites too. It's had a good run this year so far. I mean, overall this cycle. Dogecoin, 45 cents back down to 14. Dogecoin got hit hard though. I'm pretty ticked off about Dogecoin. Whiff, Bonk, Miro. Yeah, it's all coming down here. So now it's almost like we got to figure out what new tokens we want to buy, because you don't need to like dollar cost average onto the tokens that have already been falling down, because if we do have an altcoin season, they're going to come back up to those levels and then some. Now it's almost like, why don't I just buy some new tokens out there and see where they're going? Right now, I haven't really been hearing of many new tokens that I like. Maybe if I go over here to coinmarketcap.com. Take a sip of water here very fast, guys. Now, I hate the way this looks, and I don't know how to fix this because it just looks freaking horrible. Columns. Why does it do that? Yeah. Yeah, why does it do that? I don't know. All right. But Move is up a little bit last 24 hours. OM is an MNT. Then you got stable coins, it looks like, which is not going to really help you out too much. Last 7 days, there's not really much up besides Ape NFT, ENA, like one of you guys were just talking about, and Move. Let me go over here to memes very fast. Oh, look at that bloodbath, though. I mean, Dogecoin's down 42% in the last 30 days. Shiba's down 31. Pepe's down 44. Official Trump is down 43. Bonk is down 48. Floki's down 41. So definitely seeing a brutal hit right here. Fartcoin is down 60%. Fartcoin had a much better run than I thought. Maybe I'll buy some Fartcoin with all this. AI16Z, that one was more popular as well. That one's down to 50% over the last 30 days. A few up here are positive. Let me see. I'll go over here very fast. Broccoli is doing okay, but again, it's down 20% in the last hour, so down 64% in the last 7 days. Nero Ethereum, yeah, we haven't talked about this in a minute, but this one seems to be doing okay. Interesting. Book of Ethereum, I mean, a rough spot here, but overall doing okay. All right, so Sundog. So there are some tokens I would say doing okay. I won't say they're doing good or great or fantastic or something like that. But, you know, it is what it is here. Oh, sorry, my phone's been buzzing. Some business there. Miro, 18%. Yeah, so it's a brutal time out there. But what can really help us out here, I would say, guys, sorry for the bright lights. If you guys are in a dark environment, I just got hit by it. You know that we've been going up as far as inflation. We've been going up higher and higher and higher since September. And when we hit 2.4%, we saw that Jerome Powell got very spooked by this because he thought the economy was going to be slowing down too fast, too much, and that we needed to have a few rate cuts. And he did that big step of doing the 50 basis point cut. Then he went to do 25. I still think that was the right move because you could foresee, even if Trump wasn't in office, you could see the economy slowing down. Even with, I guess, Trump and Biden basically have the same effect right now, just in different ways. But you could see that the economy was slowing. And because inflation has been going up to 2.6 in October, 2.7 in November, 2.9 in December, and then going over here to January 3%. Jerome Powell hasn't had the need to he hasn't felt compelled to signal that he's open to interest rate cuts. But he doesn't have to say we're going to cut. He just has to start changing his tune and be more dovish. We've heard this before, right? And this is why I was so mad. I showed you guys, I think, this earlier today. Where's it at? Okay, you guys probably can't see this right here. It says, he says the U.S. economy continues to be in a good place. The U.S. economy, in my opinion, is not in a good place. And when I hear him say stuff like that, it actually makes me think that I was right to not really trust him after the transitory comments. I don't think he really understands the way the economy is going, because I think he's looking at numbers that used to be very helpful when it came to predicting the way the economy was going. But I wonder if COVID just fucked the system up so much that we're still kind of healing from that. And I don't necessarily blame him for that, but I blame him for not changing his strategy while realizing that, hey, the economy is not doing great. Wall Street is not just the economy you have to pay attention to, right? You have to pay attention to the mom and pop businesses, all that type of stuff. Because if you go to my local city of Tacoma, which is about I guess for me, like a half an hour, 40-minute drive south of Seattle. If you go on the main roads right now in the main downtown areas, you see some apartment buildings, you see some corporate buildings and stuff like that. But if you look at the bottom floor where there's like supposed to be shops and businesses, I want to say like 80% of them are vacant. 80%. You go to Seattle, there's more, but you're still going to see a lot of those places being vacant. And that's not what I see in a good economy. What I think needs to happen right now, and maybe having better supply chains will open this up somehow. Well, it will, but like if we get it, maybe cheaper energy as well. We have to have those lower interest rates so business owner A and business owner B can go to the bank and say, hey, we want to have a loan, but we don't want to have to pay like a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9% interest rate. And then we'll start to, build the business, hire contractors to fix the floors and everything inside the shop, and then we'll get ready to go, right? But they can't do that until there's a loan. The interest rates on the loans get lower. And right now, of course, because Jerome Powell is keeping the interest rates very high, because he is trying to slow down the economy, that is his goal, we're not really seeing that right now. And that pains me to say, right? And a little bit of a thing, if you guys can, please make sure to like the video and subscribe if you guys are new. I appreciate it a lot. YouTube doesn't really explain to anybody that you should like the videos, because I think it helps the videos go more viral. So if you guys can, please consider it. Getting text messages here, I believe. Just business. Oh, breaking news. Oh, no. There's some marching in the streets or something like that. That's fine. But yeah, that's what needs to happen. We're just not seeing it happen right now. So if we keep on seeing that not happen, those jobs not being there, then we start to see layoffs and things like that. It'll be rough. I believe, though, we don't have to worry about that maybe till I think it was Friday or Thursday. So yeah, so Wednesday CPI data here, guys. Consumer price index, CPI year over year, core CPI year over year. That last month was 3%. This month we're expecting 2.9%. What it actually ends up being, we'll have to wait and see. Thursday, initial jobless claims. If that's higher than expected, that could be very interesting. I'm not even sure how the market would react to having it like blockbuster high or not. But again, I'm curious. Then we got producer price index, which is another form of inflation, but not as important as the CPI that comes Wednesday. So this week should be blockbuster, and it should be a great help for Bitcoin to go higher here. If we're able to get some good data in for us. If you look at this chart right now, you're going to see that blue line right there. That's the 50-week moving average. We haven't broken down below that line this entire cycle. So I'm hopeful, like before when we came close, we were able to bounce off it. We came below, but we didn't close below on the weekly chart. That's what I mean. So maybe we're going to be able to bounce above that now. Maybe this is as low as we're probably going to go here, and then we can bounce off of this and then start going back up towards $85,000, $90,000, $100,000 or so. And maybe that's one of the reasons I've decided to take some small nibbles of cryptocurrency at this price, because I'm like, damn, maybe we'll go higher. The downside is Trump, tariffs, all that stuff going on right now. It's killer. The entire Trump bump that we've had, it's gone. The Trump bump is gone. The Trump bump is no more. Because of tariffs. There were two big things that really set off this little, let's call it a correction phase for cryptocurrency and primarily Bitcoin. And that was two big events that happened over the last few months. The first one right here, you can see we were breaking out and going higher. It was a weak breakout, but we broke out. This was Jerome Powell in December saying we're not going to be cutting anymore. We're going to pause rates. You can see we never really managed to get much higher after that. Then over here, tariffs really started to get implemented, and we started to hear more about, what's a better way to say it, like Trump was going to have teeth on his tariffs, because we thought at the beginning, like he did back in like 2017, 2018, he was going to use tariffs as a negotiating tactic, hit hard, get Canada and Mexico to give up something, and then we're going to be fine, right? But this time, it appears to be more than this negotiation. I think he fundamentally wants to make more jobs and make Americans produce more in terms of like things we can sell around the world. And while I understand it, it's a long process. And if he's screwing with the economy up until 2028, yeah, then we're just going to have a Democrat in charge who unrolls all that stuff, which puts us in a worse situation. So we'll see. You never know. Trump put a lot of tariffs on China, and Biden kept a lot of those on there because he liked them as well. So maybe we'll have some continuity there. Trump coin down to 9 cents is crazy. Oh yeah, it's very, very crazy. But it's, I mean, what do you expect? You know what I mean? It's been a very crazy and wild ride here, and I don't see how this is going to change anytime soon. Again, Trump token. It's all tied into that ecosystem of saying, hey, we need rate cuts lower. We need a positive environment for crypto, which we have, a more positive one, I should say. But we're just not there yet in terms of a fundamental reason to be going all in on Bitcoin and other alts. You're in this mode of just like consolidating, buying up a little bit when you want to. Like, you know, what did I say earlier? You're going outside, you're touching grass right now. That's what you're doing. You're taking it easy. There's no reason to panic in these moments, but it's just not a fun time to be in the market here or paying attention to the market, right? You expect a Tesla short cover tomorrow and Wednesday that will rally the market, then everybody drop back down? I expect a rally tomorrow, not so much because of Tesla support, like things like that, short covering. More about everybody just getting prepared for CPI and people not wanting to be over leveraged because they've taken advantage of all that bearish technicals that were there over the past few weeks. They finally were able to get their profits. I think it'll be something more of that, a little bit of profit taking, which I guess, you know, short covering. But really just getting prepared that they don't want to get fucked over by the CPI data coming out this Wednesday morning, which will be crazy. If it's bad data, oh, it'll be brutal. And thanks for liking the stream, everybody. I appreciate that quite a bit. You like Litecoin at this price? That's not bad at all. I mean, whatever you guys like, just don't buy so much of it. You know what I mean? It can be kind of crazy if you start doubling down, tripling down, all that type of stuff. Went along crude oil, and I'm right now as well as well. I mean, right now oil's at a support level we haven't seen in a minute here, so I kind of like it at this point. If you did want to buy, I'm curious to see what those initial jobless claims and some of this economic data coming out not this week but next week says, because we may see oil break down here. But I'm curious because this is the tin hat theory. I don't have a tin hat. I have it. My sister's bracelet. There we go. You guys can't see it. I'm an African princess at this point. Right now, American ambassadors are chilling with Saudi Arabian ambassadors and Ukrainian ambassadors in Dubai. Right? I know they're going to be talking about Ukraine and Russia and that stuff, But I wouldn't be surprised if Dubai is like, hey guys, what are you doing with the oil prices? We want them to be higher, and Trump is putting policies in place to make sure that they go lower, right? So I'm just like, maybe Dubai's gonna say, hey, if you want to help, you gotta like keep oil prices a little bit higher. Will Trump do that? Probably not, but I'm just curious about that right now. Curious about that. And thanks for subscribing, Tommy. I appreciate it. Doing great. Someone needs to meme that. Man, for real, I can't believe he said it was. I don't know. Jerome Powell is pissing me off. Hey, everybody's pissing me off. Trump's pissing me off. Pissing me off. Oh, we've see. This isn't really a concern to me because I don't care about the government that way. But you should also know there is this bill going forward in the House to kind of stop a government shutdown. We talk about them all the time, but it seems like we haven't had a shutdown in a minute. So I just think of it as kind of like news, like noise. Even not news, but noise. I think they're gonna get it done, but yeah, it's brutal. And right now you start to see Bitcoin have a little bit of support. So that's something we haven't seen in a few hours. So enjoy it while it lasts. No way Ethereum trying to recover. I mean, look at Bitcoin right now. That's why when I was talking about earlier, you can see they're trying to fight back. Those little fight backs mean that it's going to be harder to get those really big support levels to break because there's just not enough selling pressure there to really gobble them all up. Oh, and hey, Digital. Okay, happy to see you, my man. It makes sense if they tax us, we tax them with the same tactic. Oh yeah. I think with Trump, how do I describe it? Take Europe for example. America protects Europe with all of our money and spending and having I think we have 50 to 70,000 troops on the ground in Europe to make sure they're safe. Yet they won't allow us to sell a Ford GT over there or some shit. It's like, Europe, what the fuck you doing? Now, Trump is doing something weird here, and he's not saying, hey, we're going to tariff you until you fix that. He's like, hey, if you don't want to play ball, we'll just take away our security. And now Europe is freaking out, and Europe is having to make these really massive packages. So, again, I think I saw this funny joke on TikTok, where they were talking about Europeans having to pay for their security now. And then this one dude was saying the EU is about to find out why America doesn't have free healthcare. And I died because we do spend a lot on our military. But here, EU bill spending military. There you go. So after more than 12 hours of talks on Thursday, the 27 leaders signed off on a scheme that would ease budget restrictions for defense spending, so to make it easier for them to spend on defense, funneling some of the EU's unused funds towards security priorities, and provide 150 billion euros or $162 billion in loans for military purchases. You know how much crazy that is? All right. Here we go. So the EU tries to control its debt a lot more than us. They're going to get rid of that for military spending. So that means that they're going to be able to get another $700 billion. That's great for the military industrial complex in Europe. But that money, it matters. It affects things, right? And so it's going to be interesting to see what happens over there. My opinion is that as the quality of life deteriorates in Europe because they're forced to spend so much more money on defense, while like America does, right? They're going to have a rise in populism, and that populist rise will cause more chaos and eventually maybe cause some people to kind of peel off from the EU or make it just a much more stressful position, right? I'd probably say that's probably the more likely the stressful position, not so much of the breaking apart of the EU. But that populism, it sprouts up. We've had it here, right? That's how Trump won, populism. Like, why are we doing all this stuff for Europe if they're not going to let us sell our cars there? It's shit like that, right? So It's going to be curious. But again, that's a lot of money. $650 billion for that one part. Then another $162 billion for loans for military purchases. You know, it definitely does matter here. But that friction right now is causing turmoil for the markets as well. And hey, Riz, do I ever talk about XRP or do you miss it? I talk about it every now and again. It just, like, for me to talk about XRP, it has to be doing something that's so different from the rest of the market because everything right now is doing the exact same thing. Nothing is special right now. There's like 3 things that are special, and XRP isn't one of them. I'm happy. I've already sold off a good amount of my XRP, and because of the dip we saw here, I actually sold off a little bit more a few days ago as well. So, you know, I'm in a good spot with XRP. I've been holding it for so long, and all of a sudden it now, you know, popped out of nowhere with the, you know, SEC and stuff like that. I love SEC. I love XRP, but it's just not doing anything. Okay, you want another treat as you whine? Loki's the biggest whiner in the world. I don't know why. Here's a little doggy bone. Here you go. So, yeah, we'll go outside and play in a little bit. Let's see. And hey, Tommy, like the convo, first time here, but it seems like my kind of place. We're chill. We don't do much. I don't necessarily care too much about the views and stuff like that. I just want you guys to like the video. And, yeah, I forgot this little princess thing still on my head. Oh, God. And then, you know, we chill. If it was tomorrow, no, what's tomorrow, Tuesday? Yeah, tomorrow I may even pull out a cigar to smoke with you guys or a pipe to smoke with you guys as well. I'm a big fan of tobacco. I haven't had it in a few days, but I need to get back into it. Maybe I'll go to the lounge tonight. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. But yeah, if you like smoking cigars and stuff like that, I'm also there. Anything but weed, really. Really, as far as what I can smoke on YouTube. Mike, do you think Bitcoin resets itself below 50? At this point in time, I would say negatory on that, but I could be wrong. So, again, there's that. But at this point, I don't see that happening. I see the low 70s as far as I want to take it right now. I don't think Bitcoin can physically go lower than 65K. I mean, it possibly can. I mean, it can, but like there would have to be some type of disaster, some type of heavy manipulation across multiple levels of the system for that to happen. And I don't think we're there. I don't think we're there yet. I bought Fartcoin and got absolutely positively everything I deserved for doing that. I didn't buy it because it was called Fartcoin. But, like, if you think about it right now, like, since everything is, like, crashing and burning right now, market caps are back to an acceptable level where if you wanted to buy Fartcoin for a few $100 million market cap, now it seems like a proper time to be investing. Whereas when it's, like, above $1 billion, you're like, Like, I grunt about this type of stuff when it comes to me investing. And, like, just as far as how I like to trade. When I'm looking for new tokens that I haven't really found before, I'll go over here to this thing called filters on coinmarketcap.com. This is a new filters button, so let me see what's going on here. Market cap, I want it to be a max of 500 million. And then I want it to be a category of... Alright, we don't need to go through chains right now. And I want it to be above $100 million market cap for it now. Let me count that back up. Sorry, my brain is so off today. 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million. Okay, there we go. Looks so tiny. And then we need one more thing. That's not there anymore. It doesn't have the price filter on anymore. Any of you guys notice that? There's no more price filter. I like stuff under $1, under a penny. That is no longer there, so we will not worry about that for now. There's no scrolling. Yep, nope, okay, that's fine. And so you see a lot of stuff over here, like what's popping over here right now. See, this is how you get stable coins and all types of shit. Let's see. Mana, I mean, like, Mana is at 464 million. My gosh. Polygon, we got to get down to lower ones over here. Actually, no. Actually, so sorry. We gotta change this up a little bit. It should really be around 300 million now. and that's because everything that was 560 million, it's all fallen down by like 50% the last few days. So now we're looking at Maddox and the low market cap quality one. Oh man. Yeah, here we go. JST SPX 6900. We talked about this before. I mean, like, look at this, down 60%. That's what we're talking about. But I go through in here looking to see if there's anything special. One of my friends put me onto one. Oh, let me go over here very fast. What page is this? Supra. That's what I'm looking for. Supra. One of my friends told me about this company. He usually has some pretty good advice about, like, not about technical analysis, but like they're actually doing something. And I like companies that are actually doing something. This is Supra. It's at $96 million market cap, so it's not even showing up on my list. It was above 100 a few days ago because I was looking for it. Last year, it had a pop back over here in 2024, December. Ran all the way up to a market cap of about 621 million. Now we're at 96 million at this point in time. But they got a pretty active Discord. But you know, they're doing some stuff that I like. Let me just leave it with that. I'm not going to do a whole spiel here. So I bought some of this. Apparently I'm down 11% after like 24 hours. Like 48 hours, something like that. So, you know, treat that as you will. But I'm hoping for something long-term for that one, I would say. Correction, Fartcoin bought me. And no worries, Riz. Is this the end of all alts? No, I wouldn't say this is the end of all alts. Alts usually have the nice little rings and whatnot, but I wonder if there needs to be a systematic way of like just making sure there's not so many altcoins. I know there's no way to do that, but I wonder if the exchanges could like come together and make an exchange summit or something, and then they only allow certain tokens on their exchanges that meet some type of criteria, and then all the money can really go flow into those. And if you want to go into the crazy altcoins like things, you know, like a really crazy risky meme coin, maybe you can just stick to swapping for it or something, if that makes sense. But I think that's too much control over the system that people will reject. So I doubt that would happen, right? Every time I buy, it goes lower every time. Buy a few more times, then stop buying. Then never buy again. I think altcoin season can still happen this year, but again, it really requires some of those things that we talked about earlier to really take place. And at this point, I just don't see them taking place anytime soon. I would say possibly going into next summer. This summer is when I could possibly see like a lot more optimism for crypto. That being said, Bitcoin, if we have some good economic news, could easily get back up to like 85, 90,000 by the end of this month, basically. Yeah, if we have some good news. So we can really rip here, but I'm not going to assume that the CPI is going to be good. I'm not going to assume that the economic data is going to be good, because what I'm looking at right now is, again, we're seeing these things like Delta slashes earnings outlook on weaker U.S. demand. Oracle misses guidance. Let's see. Asana CEO Dustin Moskovitz announces retirement. Stock plummets 25%. Beyond Meat's having a tough time, and that's for the rich people, right? I've tried Beyond Meat. It doesn't taste better than meat. It doesn't have a better texture than meat. I'm not trying it. Let's see. Try to see. All the crypto companies are coming down. Dexcom. Oh, Dexcom is down to 9%. That's interesting. Economy. Kuglu says Fed should hold interest rates amid inflation risks. I'd rather have an economy not in recession with higher inflation than a high inflation with high inflation, or not. It's not even high. It's 3%. Lower inflation with no with a horrible economy, right? Let's see. Justice Department is looking into egg prices and antitrust probe. Oh my god, that's so stupid. Oh, here we go. Here are the jobs for February in one chart. Where are these jobs at? Government's still growing, not as much as before, but it's growing. Healthcare, it's all healthcare and financial services. Jesus, construction, that's good. Leisure and hospitality. Yeah, people just aren't spending the money right now. And I can't blame them. Honestly, oh, there's Bitcoin having a little bit of a pop. I think people need to stop spending a little bit right now as well. I think it's prudent to pull back a little bit. Now, if you're making a shit ton of money and it doesn't matter to you, sure. But if you're like more of a almost paycheck to paychecker, right? You know, maybe only have a few, like you have a retirement account, but you don't really put a lot of money into it. I think it's okay to stop spending as much money right now and just putting a little bit more money into savings at this point, because if we do go into a recession, it's going to be a nasty one because of how violent it's going to be, because the market is kind of a bubble right now and we're going to pop and it'll be great to buy, but you kind of want to have some cash to buy up everything, don't you? You don't want to be looking at the market go down like imagine you were a trader during COVID, where all of your money was locked up and doing something. You just didn't have enough cash, and you missed out on the opportunity to buy Bitcoin on the crash, or Tesla on the crash, or an oil company on the crash, things like that, right? Mike, man, I need some copium. Man, you know, I would look away from crypto for a minute and look at it every now and again. Join me on the streams, of course. But like, we're gonna be in some pain. It's gonna be a painful time, as Trump says. It's gonna be pain. You know, this is another reason why I need to start bringing some cigars over here to smoke with you guys, or a pipe or something. I got my Gandalf pipe, right? I got Gandalf pipe for us to smoke. But yeah, it's just gonna be one of those things. We gotta chill out. Look at the price of assets, but don't look at the price of your portfolio, the value of your portfolio. Maybe that'll help you out a little bit more. That's what I used to do when I was first getting into trading. It was pretty rough. I'm an ICP holder since 2021. I bought it at 156. Any advice? Oh man, at that point, just hold it until you make a really big salary or big money day for your business or your income or something like that. And in which case, sell all that ICP. Take the losses and put it on your tax returns, and just kind of keep it as a rainy day fund. Honestly, yeah. That's not tax advice. It's just me saying what I would do in that situation. And hey, listen, you don't own any meme coins, but you love hearing stories about people making money on them. To me, meme coins are just like going out to gamble, right? It's just like going to the casino. You're having a little bit of fun, you buy some up. But I like meme coins more than gambling at the casino, because I can invest it and I get to watch that gamble play out over like a year. Whereas if I play blackjack, those ladies are like, bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, lost. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Lost. I mean, it's like less than 10 seconds each hand, you know. And I was at the casino. I don't recall last time I was in Vegas, but I think it was October, maybe February. No, not February. November? Maybe November. But like, I was playing $50 a hand, and then $50 every 10 seconds. Like, meme coin is way better than that. Than that, it's a lot different. How would you ever get someone like Binance to try to make the space safer? They are literally at the forefront of dumping Bitcoin when they want. So basically, there's different ways of doing it, but there's no way I see it happening realistically. Let me start off with that. I think when it comes to Bitcoin right now and Binance and what they're doing, I do think that honestly, I wouldn't put it past Trump to hire hackers to steal all of Binance's Bitcoin, make the market freak out for a while, but then America holds the Bitcoin. I'd be very curious to see how that would work out. It wouldn't happen though. But yeah, just some trouble ahead. Let me actually go over here to the 15-minute chart so you guys can see what's happening here for a different level. We've had bumps in the past and we kept on coming down, so don't be too wooed by all this. But I think it would come to the place like, hey, if you want to be in America, you're going to have to follow some rules here. And we want to open our doors to you, but you have to follow the process and the regulations. Would they follow those? I don't know. But perhaps what they could do is isn't Binance a Singaporean company, or I don't know where they're at. Maybe you could work out a deal with a country that Singapore is based, that Binance is based in. Be like, hey, we need to crack down on these guys together, and then we'll give Singapore whoever kickbacks, like, thanks for helping us out. And then Singapore is like, don't fuck with us, Binance. We will throw all of you in jail. We'll plant some weed on you. Then you're gonna get the death penalty. You never know, right? It's stuff like that. Shady stuff, though. And no worries, anybody. I feel you. Virtually all longs are liquidated, and the only liquidity grabbed is above. Yeah, at that point, man, you chill. You don't just hop back into the market. This market has been absolutely brutal. And again, Bitcoin's down about, what do we say, like 28% right now. You're not the only one feeling it here. You go over to something like an Nvidia from the all-time highs. Get rid of these support levels I drew. You know, Nvidia is down over 30%, like 31%. So Nvidia is doing just as bad as Bitcoin, but it takes a little bit longer of a time for Nvidia to have these crashes. Because, of course, it's only, you know, it's not like 24/7 like Bitcoin. But if you go through the stock market here, Apple's doing what I would say is okay right now. Let's go to the monthly charts. Apple's doing okay, but it's rolling over slowly. AMD, horrible last year, horrible last year. It's performing like it was back during the interest rate hikes during the horrible times of 2022 with high inflation. Amazon just now starting to tweak back over. Avgo starting to come back down. Bank of America coming down. ConocoPhillips coming down. CVS, ouch, CVS. CVX is a Chevron. Chevron could break out here. Interesting. It's been trying to. It failed, but it tried. What happened here? Bearish MACD. That could have been great. Disney, not so hot. Devon Energy, not so hot. Google, not so. Google's on the verge of a breakdown. Home Depot. Oh, that was a nice breakout that happened there. I remember trading that one, but that was back in September. Haven't traded it since. Breaking down, but still doing overall good. Intel's just, it's Intel. JP Morgan coming down. L3 Harris. Ukraine still needs the weapons. They're still doing okay. Lowe's, fine. Macy's, not so hot. MasterCard, great, but still coming down a little bit right now. Meta, Microsoft rolling over right now. MU coming down a little bit. So Netflix coming down. Netflix should not be this high. It should not be this high whatsoever. I sold all my Netflix. This should not be that high. Nvidia coming back down bit by bit. Again, we've seen great growth. I mean, fantastic growth. But when we have these pullbacks, they're not a pretty thing. Not a pretty thing at all. And you got things like Tesla, which are just like monsters that are like deformed. Visa's still doing good. Warner Brothers not doing hot at all. Warner Brothers hasn't been doing great since COVID. I mean, that should tell you a lot. Or 2013. ExxonMobil's doing okay. I sold some of my ExxonMobil, actually. I told you guys that a while ago. I have a little bit left, but maybe I should have held. I mean, it's been doing okay. It's more of a dividend play. I guess I got the dividends in a different account, but still. Maybe I should have held on to that one. The US dollar to the Japanese yen is coming down. The euro, the euro to the USD. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, the euro is gaining some strength here. And Bitcoin, look at it. It's still doing well overall. This is why I don't stress about Bitcoin, right? And maybe, if anything, this market, maybe it turned you into a Bitcoin maximalist. Maybe that's what this cycle did. People just turned them into Bitcoin maxis. Ethereum, doing great. Broke down last month, of course. Continue to break down now. Solana, doing fine. No breakdown yet, but we could be looking at a few different breakdowns, depending on how you really want to look at it. Like maybe you want to go from here to here. Maybe that's a breakdown to you. But rough spot for Solana as well here. But whether you go to Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, or Bitcoin or Solana, we still have time before those larger breakdowns occur, right? I mean, if Bitcoin goes sideways here, we really have until July or August before we start to panic about the market. If we crash again for next month, maybe then we're worried about May at that point. But ultimately, I don't think I'm too concerned just yet. It's really what happens over the next few months because we're kind of in a crisis point here. And there's Bitcoin popping back off. Yeah, there we go. Berkshire Hathaway is holding strong. Yeah, hold and have a shit ton of cash on hand. That's the way to go. Good analogy, Mike. Apparently, I like short-term pain from a casino. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's just different. I also like the short-term pain from a casino. I can't help it. But I mitigate it now by not playing blackjack. I play craps because craps can last like 20 freaking minutes without you having to put down a new bet. That's what I like craps. I can put down $100, $20, $50, whatever it is. Do those little cool little side bets. So my ADHD is tingling, and I'm like, ooh, I can do all this cool stuff. But yeah, a little a little bit different than blackjack. Blackjack is pain. Roulette is fun, but also pain. Craps is my game of choice now. And I still do slow. I mean, I do it all. What am I talking about? Last time I was in Vegas, I was losing, like, I lost like $500 playing blackjack, and I lost $500 in like 20 minutes. No. Like a half an hour. Because I won some, then when I got to my last hand, I doubled down. I did all the maximum I had left, and then I won, with the blackjack. I'm like, oh, look at that, I'm back in here. But then I didn't. I left before I lost all my money, because you know what? I was like, I have like $400 left. Why don't I go spend this on a nice dinner? or I gamble it somewhere else. I think I actually went to the cigar lounge and spent it on some nice cigars. People trying to dump that hill out of Bitcoin. Wait, people trying to dump the hell out of Bitcoin. I mean, they're trying, but again, this is why I tell you guys to watch the price action. You see all these candles like this right now? Somebody was trying to stop this from going down. They did a decent job of it, but it looked kind of funky at the beginning because they were losing the battle. But they came in strong, and now Bitcoin's plopping back up to like 78,600. Maybe some of you guys were able to buy that dip. I did not buy that dip. I bought this dip. But another dip, a little bit of a double bottom here, breakout, going higher. We'll see how much further it wants to go. Maybe it wants to go back up to 79.4 or something like that, but we'll see. So it'll be okay though. And yeah, Ethereum can hit all-time highs this year. That's actually not too hard for Ethereum. We just need those fundamentals to really pick up, guys. That's really what we're looking for. Yeah. NA Artesco or Arkezlo. I don't really do the Discord anymore. I don't have enough time for Discord, and there's so much scam on Discord. I just can't manage it. And the mods that helped me in the past, like, they're doing their own things now since 2021, and I'm not going to be like, hey, mod this group. It's just way too much stuff to deal with. So I think what I'm doing now is maybe I have a Telegram. There might be a link down below for that. Use that. I'll start posting on there more. I haven't posted in a minute. But what I want to do is I want to do these daily, not daily, maybe every 2 to 3 days. I'm going to put out a long written explanation of what I'm thinking about as far as my technical analysis, and I'll be looking at different fib levels, look at this, what the news is over the economy right now, what the news it was this week or whatever, and I'll put all that into like one newsletter basically, and then I'll also put a video breaking down my technical analysis also on a video, so you can watch a YouTube video with the news article or just watch the news article, and you can watch the video if you just want a visual analysis of what I just said basically, right? So I think that'll probably be a good one. Because on top of all this, I'm going to start making some more AI content for you guys. So I'm going to be talking about this new AI stuff. I think I'm going to make a video about Manus here this week, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday, right? Yeah. Manus AI. I'm very excited about this one. Let me just read the news article about it. Manus, China creates the world's first fully autonomous AI agent. The Chinese AI startup Monica.im created Manus, the world's first fully autonomous AI agent. In other words, this AI system can start tasks by itself without humans guiding it first. I mean, this is what I thought. When I think of AI, this is what I'm thinking about. When I think of AI, this is what I'm thinking about. Unfortunately, the only way to get it is you have to have an invitation code. And the only way to get the invitation code is to go to Discord and... There you go, Manus. and then you have to wait for them to randomly post invitation codes. And they put out 5 on the 7th. It's now the 10th, nothing. And they haven't put out any more before that. It's the 7th, right? So they are going very, very slow with this, and I appreciate it. But when I say it looks absolutely fucking crazy, holy moly, this is... I'll pay $1,000 a month for this. Like, ChatGPT with the $200 bullshit, fuck that. Manus, I will pay over $1,000 for this when it first comes out. I'm sure it'll become cheaper and stuff like that. But this is what GPT needs to get to. This is what all the AIs, Gemini, all the ones in the United States, this is what they should be going after. I like the chatbot, it's good, but this is what I want. Like, I want it. I want it now. But I can't because there's only 5 fucking codes that come out every blue moon or something like that. But literally, it's like you just have to be waiting on that, you know, waiting and seeing if it comes out. But we'll see. Yeah, let me send that Telegram link for you. I will update it for tomorrow's video, and I would give it to you, but like I said, because my computer was having issues, I had a fresh install of Windows, so like none of my passwords work anymore. None of I have to relog and I have to remember my passwords, so I just don't know how to do it. So I will update it for you tomorrow. But I think, hold on. Paste and go. I can't paste and go. Why can't I paste and go? Why can't I paste and go? Paste and go. There we go. Hold on. Oops, sorry about that. It does not have the Telegram link in here at all, does it? Why is that? It might have changed. I'll add it right underneath this one for tomorrow. They claim me VIP access for BYDFi and things like that, the sponsors. But I'll put it in there. Oh, also, if you guys want tickets to Bitcoin Vegas, they're about to go up in value. I think they go from 430 all the way up to like 500 or something like that. So if you guys do want to get them, I know some of you guys have bought them already, but get them before those tickets go higher. It's going to be brutal because it's always so overpriced closer to the event. There you go. I'll put it in tomorrow's video in description for you guys. I just don't have access to it right now. Yeah. But okay, buddy. I'm going to end the stream right now. Hopefully you guys all have a good rest of your day. I will be live maybe later on tonight and when I get back from the cigar lounge. Bitcoin's bouncing up a little bit, which looks okay. Sorry, that's my grandma calling, which means I should probably answer that as well. But I am going to try to stream 2 or 3 times a day, plus put out lots of videos. So just get used to that. I'll be talking about random things, AI, cigars, stuff like that. Tonight will be a cigar video. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks.